Hello, all you beautiful mother duckers. Opendarkwing here. Well, like everything else in my life, my year is slowly moving forward. The end of the year was very hectic, very emotional, and yeah, I'm still getting there. Things are better. To kind of recap of where I've been for the last month and a half now. We had a family emergency in the mid of December that kind of coincided into the 5 year anniversary of my mom's passing. So that all happened right before Christmas. And to be completely honest, I haven't felt like I could get on a camera and not lose it every once in a while. I managed to keep the podcast going with my friend Brian. Free plug on that if you guys want. Wonderberry.com or Wonderberry on, what are we on? We're on Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon, Stitcher, pretty much anywhere you can get a podcast. Oh, we're also on YouTube as well. So there's that. So that brings me into what we can expect for 2023. My streaming is going to be not as often as it used to be. With my kids getting older, being in high school now, weekday streams are very hectic and very difficult for me. So there's going to be a shift into more of a recorded content and less emphasis on the streaming side. I still would like to try to stream every week on a weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, depending on what's going on. Those will not be necessarily planned and scheduled. Those will be announced on my Discord or on Twitter of when I'm going to be actually doing it live. So my goals for 2023. My goal is by the end of the year to have some consistency down to where I'll have 3 weekly series videos of gaming. A monthly video that is more built and scripted, so less of a what happens in the game and more of kind of a scripted content video that way, and a quarterly video that is much heavier in editing. That's where my cinematic showcase idea comes in, where I'll be showcasing a game, not so much for the gameplay as much for the video or the soundscape, kind of more of a showcasing it. So not like a game trailer, but more like just highlighting the visual aspect or the audio aspect of a game in a much different cut way. So for the weekly series of videos, I'm looking at Minecraft, Flight Simulator, and a third yet undecided game. Microsoft Flight Simulator will either be like a long trip goal with multiple stops in between. It'll be highlighting different areas or different things. There will also be some career side of stuff with Aviatyphe. And if you've seen my other videos, you know where I'm at with Aviatyphe and how much I enjoy that program as a career mode for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Minecraft is going to be modded packs. As I accomplish those, I'll switch to other packs. There might be some other Minecraft content depending on what I'm doing for the monthly built-in scripted videos. I might do some more stuff with that. And the eventual third game, I'd like suggestions. If you guys have anything you'd like me to play, you'd like to see kind of the style of stuff. I've gotten really into kind of the open world gaming type stuff and all of that. So, whatever you guys like, if you have suggestions, just let me know in Discord or in on Telegram or on Twitter. Those are the 3 things that I check fairly consistent. all of these weekly schedules and stuff, they will be chopped into episodes for YouTube for content. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some sort of an unedited version of those where I just take all the gameplay and I don't chop it up. You don't get a lot of audio in there. You just kind of get what's happening as I'm recording it, type of a thing. If you're interested, and I'm thinking about adding those to a Patreon, which I am going to be, well, more on Patreon later on as well. So I'm taking this month, January, to kind of build a schedule, get into a flow, understand how these changes are affecting, because I'm still a stay-at-home dad and I homeschool my youngest. Plus we have school for the 2 high schoolers, getting them back and forth. My oldest now has almost a full-time job, so getting him back and forth with his schedule. I have a podcast that I mentioned earlier with my friend Brian. We record once a week, so I have that for editing as well that I do. There's another podcast that I have kind of boiling in the works that we're building. It's going to be kind of going over all of old Star Trek, because I'm a massive Trekkie. I've got 2 friends who are really big Trekkies as well. So it's going to be the 3 of us and someone who's never watched Star Trek really before, at least the older Star Trek. I think they've watched Discovery and some of the new Trek, but they have not watched the original series, Next Generation, any of those. So we're going to be going through, it's going to be a season by season overview, kind of look back on that with them. And then once we get caught up, then it will be a episode by episode as they release of New Trek, I guess is what we're calling it. So that's why I'm transitioning to more recorded content first and streaming second. The streams will be a lot more of a communication, whether it'll be like this, where we're just kind of chatting back and forth, or I'll have a game on in the background where it's just kind of loose gameplay, much more talking. So that could be a flight, that could be RuneScape, because I'm still addicted playing to that, but I also know that it doesn't do so well with just doing OOM stuff. So those are things that are going to be coming up in 2023. As I mentioned, Patreon will be changing. There's going to be a general tier, which I will keep, which will be my ducklings. Because yes, we're bringing that back. We're bringing back mother duckers. We're bringing back ducklings. We're leaning way back into that again. So be prepared for that. Anyway, there will be a general tier for that. There will be a videos tier if you want to go back and watch unedited videos and just the video files out there in that way. And then I think I'm going to do a t-shirts tier where it'll be 4 custom shirts a year and they will be one-time runs. So between a couple of my kids who are really, really good artists, we're going to incorporate in some of their designs. And anything that is their design, they will receive 100% of the profits that come out of it. I will make sure of that. But there'll be more information coming on that. And then also this spring and summer and here in the next few months as we get seeds done, the wife and I will be doing an urban gardening channel of how we turned our city backyard into an urban garden and the different stuff for gardening. So there's going to be lots of stuff coming up. I thank you all for your patience this month. I thank you all for the well wishes that I've received. Thank you all for the continued support. You can always reach out to me via Discord or on Telegram at Opendarkwing on Telegram. You guys can find me there very simply, very easily. But until then, and until these videos, expect the videos to probably start coming out in February. I will try to get a couple of streams in this month before we get into February. Depending on scheduling and everything else, but expect February to start with the recorded content and a much better schedule coming up. Until then, All you mother duckers have a beautiful, beautiful day, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Thanks.